Good morning. My name is Megan. I'm going to be your social worker today. And your name?
Jennifer.
Okay, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay, so before we get started today, I'm going to go over some rights and some confidentiality things with you. As a client here with me, you have the right to a high standard of care and service. You have the right to be treated with courtesy, respect, and dignity. You have a right to be informed of all the services available to you. You have a right to review your records by submitting a written request to any administrator. You have a right to make suggestions and changes to your treatment plan. So that means if you make a treatment plan and you come in the following time and say, hey, I think I want to change that, we can change that for you. And you have a right to discontinue or transfer services at any time. If you're not happy, if you think things could be done differently, don't hesitate to ask for the change, okay? You have a right to receive care that is specific to your needs despite any physical limitations or language barriers. And you have a right to report any concerns or problems to our administrator, okay? I'm going to give you this, if you can look over it and sign it for me. And then I'll also make you a copy of this as well. That way you have a copy of those, okay? And then we also, at the agency, we have a limit of confidentiality, which means that we strive to maintain the confidentiality of each of our clients. However, the following exceptions that limit our ability to keep information within this agency could be things like you're suicidal, in which case I'm authorized to tell somebody about that. If you're being physically, sexually abused, even children in any instances, I'm mandated to make those as well. If you know about a vulnerable adult that's being hurt, I'm mandated to make APS aware of that. If you're at risk, again, if you're at risk harming yourself, we need to make sure somebody knows about that, okay? All right, let me get you to sign this as well. And I'll also make you a copy of that so that you have that as well.
Okay.
All right. So we have these in hand. I'm going to pull out your paperwork for us. Okay, so it looks like you're coming in today because you're having a little bit of trouble with your rent.
Yes.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about that.
I moved into an apartment with my 3 children about 3 months ago.
Okay.
And I made the first month, and the security deposit and all that, I made that fine. But then the second month, I was a little bit short, and the landlord told me that they would kind of give me a break because they knew my situation. But then this past month, I was hardly able to make any at all. So I'm really stuck right now.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is that you moved in, everything seemed to be going kind of well, and then you just kind of hit a roadblock a little bit.
Yes.
Okay. So what was that roadblock that kind of limited you a little bit?
I separated from my children's father.
Okay.
And our agreement was that he's supposed to pay part of the younger two's child care, and
Okay.
he's not paying that anymore. So I was left, to pay that difference, but then that also took money away from, what was supposed to go towards rent and other things. So, I would say that that's the main roadblock within the past month or so.
Okay. Do you have a job? Are we
I
getting
do.
income through that?
Yes.
Okay. And you have some children too, correct?
3. Yes.
Okay. And those ages?
My daughter is 11,
Okay.
and then I have 2 younger sons that are 2 and 3.
Okay. So do you have daycare expenses as well? Is that kind of enabling you to?
Yes, for the younger
pay
2.
for the rent?
The
Okay.
older one is in school.
Okay. So it sounds like you're a little stressed out. It sounds like you could be possibly having some anxiety with that.
Definitely.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about that. How are you kind of handling those things?
I like to think of myself as a good mom, but then recently, with not being able to pay for, a place for me and my children to live, a safe place, it's kind of had me feeling down, and like, I've had a lack of motivation, and the time that I am off work or, at home, I'm not really using that time to spend extra quality time with my kids. I'm kind of just, I'd rather just kind of lay in bed and let my kids, kind of fend for themselves. themselves almost, I put a lot of responsibility on my older child to do things for the younger two. Um, but yeah, I just have a lack of motivation over these past couple months that I can't seem to get over either.
Okay. So do you think that maybe we could get you in with somebody to try to just get you to talk? Do you think that would help you a little bit? Or
That would be nice. I think that, that on top of, the financial burden, maybe being helped out with as well would help me. But definitely, I would like to talk to somebody. Maybe
okay.
it would allow me to kind of express my feelings, something I don't always get to do. So,
Okay. And as far as your rent goes, do you have anybody that you could rely on that could help you out at all?
my mom helps me with the children sometimes. I try not to ask her for financial help because I kind of want her to know that I can do it by myself, but obviously, I can't all the time. Um, I mean, that's about it. I was supposed to receive help from my kid's father, but that's not happening right now. So,
It's always good to have somebody to have your back. It sounds like your mom is, really helpful with that. And I think that having that person to fall back on kind of gives you more stability a little bit.
right.
But don't ever be afraid to ask for help. That's something that is always going to be there. Is there anything else that you can think of that maybe you could fall back on? Is there any type of other family besides your mom?
Um, can't really. I mean, I have a sister, and I've asked her occasionally to help as well. But she has her own family, um, and her own responsibilities that, I don't want to have to ask her to take on mine too.
So you kind of feel like it could be a burden to her.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Um, have you looked into filing any type of maybe SNAP, food assistance?
What is?
So SNAP is our temporary food assistance. What happens is you file the application. We'll go through, check all your financials, and at that point we can figure out whether you're eligible or not. You'll get a card in the mail, and that money that you're eligible for will be put on that card, and you can use it at grocery stores to help you with food.
Okay.
Is that something that you'd be interested in?
Yes.
Okay. And what about child support? I know you said that your ex was to help you with that stuff. Have you gone through any of that?
No, we try to settle things out in court. Do things
Absolutely.
and kind of co-parent with our kids and make sure that they were always taken care of. But at this point, with him not cooperating, I might like to speak with somebody, whether it be at the courthouse or wherever, about maybe pursuing. I don't want to say going after him, but in a sense, yeah, going after
Absolutely.
him for child support.
Okay. Alright. So we're gonna make some notes here. So we're gonna have a child support possibility, SNAP. What about like cash assistance? Have you thought about filing for that as well? There's some other applications out there that you can put in for that the government will help you with as a single mom. And that's something that you can look into too if you're willing to do that, and we can help you do that as well.
Okay, that would be nice.
All right. And what about schooling?
My older daughter is in public school,
Okay.
and the other younger two children are in just a daycare facility that's kind of close to my house. Makes it easy because it's between my house and work, so it's easy to just drop them off and be on my way and then pick them up on the way home.
Okay. So let me ask you, what you make, what you bring in, is that more or less, do you think, than what you would have expendable wise? As far as paying for daycare and paying for rent and the bills that you have?
As of right now, I would say that my income is a little bit less than I guess what I would, pay out on a monthly basis. I was kind of relying on the money that I would be receiving from my ex, and I didn't really factor that into everything. So my income is definitely less right now than what, you know, my monthly expenses are.
Okay. So it looks like we've got a good bit going on here. What I want to do is go over these with you, kind of set up a plan. We'll work through these plans within the next couple of weeks if you would like to. We can always set up a time to come back. So I want to go over these with you. So we had talked about setting up an appointment with a child support advisor, just to see what we can do about that. Get you a little bit of help, get him, you know, helping out with you for a little bit. Definitely you want to sit down and possibly do your SNAP with you. That way you don't have to worry about having that extra expendable as well. We can get you some cash assistance, see what kind of other financial programs are out there for you. And then we'll get you in, try to talk to somebody just about your anxiety, and just make you feel more comfortable. And we'll put these down for a plan. I'll give you a copy of the plan as well, and we can always go from there. Did you want to set up a time and date to come back?
Okay.
Okay. So is there any particular day or time that's better for you?
Actually, if you have anything, you know, next week, the same day and
Same day,
time
same time?
as today, that works for me.
Yeah, looks like everything is open. We'll put you down for same time, same date, same place. You can just come right in here. It's perfectly fine. And then I'm going to give you also my card.
Okay.
Here's my card. If you think of anything else in the meantime before then, or you have a change of plans or anything like that, just call me. We can discuss it, and we can go from there. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Devin, it was nice to meet you today,
Nice meeting you.
and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
You're welcome.